What's up, you guys? It's your boy. I am Alex. What? Back at it again with another video and my final review for Ironheart. And yeah, I watched the episode about 2 or 3 days ago, and I should have been had this review out, but every time it gets like nighttime where I have the lights on, I be getting tired. So please excuse me. My apologies. But yeah, the review of the last episode. Um, things happen at the beginning of an episode that I think it was needed. No, but it was kind of like I think if not episode 4, episode 5, where they show a flashback of Parker Robbins and his brother, in a mansion, robbing something, and everything. It was kind of doing it again, doing like an origin story for him and understanding like how the whole deal with Mephisto happened, and just to confirm it is Mephisto. It's not Dormammu. I mean, I know Zelma was talking about that in episode 4, leading to episode 5. And yes, Dormammu is a very serious person, but Mephisto, don't even get me started. But yeah, I don't really know that much about him. But if you ever want me to talk about him on my channel, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. Make sure I like. Anyways, um, yeah, it does show um, Mephisto with a hood, and um, Parker he's running away from the cops or everybody that he was like trying to rob the place and everything. Oh, get back here! And then he takes the option to go inside the doorway that's like in this hallway, and yeah. But as he does that, got my water over here. Excuse me. Um, he talks to him. Tries to get to know Parker and everything, and find out what does he want, like what kind of deal he can make with him. But spoiler alert, let me say that before I keep on going on. You know, he makes a deal like and that kind of this also explains how he gets the hood and much more. And and I think I think that's something the majority of us wanted to see. I don't know some of us, but hey, that's what they decided. But the story continues on. After you see the previews, they lost Nat. Riri, oh, she's been messing with thing in my foot. Riri, she loses Natalie somehow because of the magic, and Natalie they can't combine. So it's either one or the other. The magic takes more control of the Riri's iron, uh, female iron suit. Um, and Natalie's gone, and then she tries at least like 4 to 6 times until one of the staples on one of I don't know what to call them, but that are on her head, it messes up, But yeah, she now that she's did so much stuff for her from the first episode, I won't say the first episode, but the second or third episode going down, she's like, "Oh my god, you're my partner, you're my, I need my PTSD friend, like my best friend." From all the times it took to believe it was her, like oh now you gone, like AI and everything. I don't know how Xavier, he probably don't care as much as him because he's not in that, but be like, hey, probably good riddance. But I'm being the ass right now. Please excuse me. but but furtherly going on in the story, after Riri, you tried to use magic to um to find some stuff, she runs across Zeke Stain, and they get into it, and since he's been quote unquote Zeke been hacked, now he's just kind of programmed just going to attack Riri, so they get at it until um Riri shuts him down, and Parker Robbins talks to Mephisto again, because he wants to talk to him about his deal and all the stuff he's lost, his family and this, and yada yada yada. Well, honestly, he did that to himself, but continue on. Um, After they have their talk and everything, Parker and Riri gets at it, fight. um, she asks, in a way, she asked for the hood from Parker, but he just busts out laughing like, "You really think I'm gonna give this to you? You funny, you big funnies." But he doesn't. Like I said, they get into a fight and everything. But as the fight goes down, we thinking Riri gonna lose. She like no armor, all broken and stuff. But she got you. It was a hallucination, which that was one of my likes. I did like um in it in the last episode. Trick Parker and got the hood, forced the suit, uh um and Riri and Mephisto they get on out down, force the suit of her. Oh, Mephisto, yeah. After Riri defeats Parker, Mephisto kind of forces his way into talking to Riri, thinking the same thing he did to Parker, he can do to Ironheart. I don't know, but let's see. What happens. Um, and they do have their talk, and see, like he kind of like from his powers, which I really need to probably look at myself. He digs into her mind to basically see like what does she desire the most, what does she want out of anything in this world, what does she want? Would it be her stepdad? Would it be Natalie, her best friend? And you see little clips and flashes of Natalie, her talking to Natalie, but her hair is different, and then everything's like different how it goes down. And I'm thinking like, did she really take the deal? But as it continues, um, I believe and remember she did see Natalie, Riri, and she hugged her, and then the episode ended. But after, if you wait long enough to see the credits, um, um, there's some other scenes that happen. Um, Parker Roberts, the former Hood, he goes into the Stanton store, and if y'all remember that, I believe from the fourth or fifth episode, um, it's the one where Riri goes with her mother, or yeah, her mother takes her there about some stuff, and also about the piece of fabric she took from Parker in the third episode. Um, we got Sweets and reads all your wishes guaranteed, as Zelma says. Parker asks Parker asked Zelma for some heavy duty magic. Basically the same thing he had before. What kind of, something similar to what Mephisto gave to him. And she says about all the stuff that Zelma has at the store and this and that, and does a little tricks and everything. But the last thing I wrote was Zelma shows magic to the wrong person. And honestly, I do agree with that because she doesn't know this guy, XYZ, da da da, this and everything. But hey, that seemed like it could lead to a second season, but I know as much as you probably know that's not gonna happen, and everything. Am I sad? Not really. Not really, because throughout the episode there was just personal things I personally didn't like, and it's not even just with the main character, but throughout some other characters. And one of my dislikes I didn't like is that I didn't like Riri bringing Nat back, because if and when that is true, if and when Riri Williams struck a deal with Mephisto, in my opinion, you're no better than Parker Robbins or anybody of his crew or anybody, but you will call yourself a genius. Not sorry for saying that respectfully because your actions, and I have to, and I'm speaking upon myself when I say this, but from what I was told growing up, your actions speak louder than your words, and if this is what you go down, then that's what you about. And just throughout the episodes, like from the first episode to the last, there was nothing about her that just made me thought like, wow, Riri's a genius. It's like I never thought that. That thought never crossed my mind. Like you would think like some thoughts about like whatever superhero, anti-hero will go past your head like, wow, that dude's an asshole. Like, wow, she's a whatever. But for me, I won't say I looked at her disgusted, but it was just like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you big tripping right now. But it was just kind of sad. Like, yeah, she's a black girl that like inspiring other girls, but to do what? Steal? Like, help people cheat on on their tests on colleges. I, I don't know. Like we gonna keep it a buck. Like I'm not sorry. Like respectfully, because if this was a male version of Iron Guy story, Iron Man story, and everything, and he was doing the exact same things, could we honestly be saying like, oh, this is the next predecessor of Tony Stark and everything? No, like my ninja, you just as wrong. Like, why are you stealing? Aren't you smart? Like, what's good? But that's just my opinion, because I mean, I gotta give, critic where's where's critique. I mean, it had some good fight scenes. It was somewhat cool. It was alright, but it just the dialogue and it just some things that were just added to the show, in my opinion, did not need to be added. Respectfully, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it pushing and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Keep posting as I was posting today, some fights I had, and much more. All right, and peace and trades. I'm out. This.